When you're doing investments, the most complicated things to do, believe it or not, is finding the right deal. Because you could get money from friends, family, from loans, hire contractors to remodel the project, you could get architects, you could get everything that you need to do a flip. But finding the right deal is what's really complicated. All right, guys, so my secret is simple. I know where and what to look for. That's it. It's very simple. See, what happens is that if you know what you're looking for, it's gonna be easier for you to find it. It's gonna be less time for you to look for it. Now, a lot of people, what they do when they first start, they kind of just go all over the place. And they have no idea about neighborhoods, they have no idea about properties, they have no idea about what things are selling for. So there's two things about knowing where and what to look for. Number one is finding the right market for me, finding the right location. So my target areas are basically high demand areas, like nice neighborhoods that families wanna invest in, that a lot of people are going to. And I find areas within a 10, 15 miles from where I'm located, because when I'm finding an area close to where I'm located, it's gonna be easier for me to manage the property, to go visit the site, to go run to there if I have to do something. Also, if a property hits the market, I'm first in line to go see the property because I'm gonna get an alert. As soon as that property comes out, I'm gonna get an alert and I'm gonna go see it first. In addition to that, by finding the properties in a high demand area, when I go and sell it, they're gonna be easy to sell or easy to rent because there's a lot of demand in that neighborhood. Now, number two, my target property. One thing is the location, right? The location, now that I set my location, I know exactly what where I'm gonna look for. Now I wanna find the right property in the location. Now, what I like to do is I like to buy single family homes. I like to buy houses that are ugly, in bad shape, that nobody wants. I like to buy houses that are basically falling apart because people are gonna get afraid of those. So now I have less competition when I go and negotiate to get the deal. My target property also has to be in a great neighborhood. Like basically, I cannot fix the neighborhood, but I could fix the house. So it is very important that the street where I'm finding the property is a nice, clean street. And all you have to do is you just drive around the street. And if you see all the houses with nice cut lawns, then you know it's a nice family neighborhood. I also try to avoid the smallest house in the neighborhood because if the house is too small, I won't be able to give enough value to give the equity that the house needs. Because what happens is that when you finish a house, when they go and appraise the house is gonna be appraised based on square footage, which is very important. So what I like to do, I like to buy a standard size house within the neighborhood. I don't wanna over improve and I don't wanna under improve. But then let's assume that the house has 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, but the house has good square footage, it has over 2,000 square feet. I could easily go ahead and gut the house and add bedrooms, add bathrooms that essentially are gonna be more demand because now a family with 2 or 3 kids, they're gonna need at least 4 bedrooms. So now I'm targeting a bigger pool of people when I go ahead and sell the house or rent the house. The reason why I like to buy single family house versus condos or apartments is that also, there's less people to complain when construction starts. And in condos, there's a lot of rules that you have to go by. Like for example, there's rules about the times that you could work. You can only work Mondays to Fridays. There's associations, there's neighbors that are gonna be complaining. So by buying a single family house, I avoid all that, which essentially is saving me time. Okay, so now that we've gone through step 1, knowing where and what you're looking for, now step 2. Which is now find the property. So now this part becomes easy because you already know what you're looking for. So what I like to do is I basically just set alerts on my Zillow, on the MLS. I put an alert. Once a property hits the market within this neighborhood, within this price range, I'm gonna get an alert immediately. In addition to that, I know a lot of realtors and they already know what I look for. So I already told him, listen, if you have a house off market, send them my way. And so now, instead of me going and looking for properties constantly, which I don't have the time for, I just basically sit and wait till somebody reaches to me and tells me, hey, this just popped up. Now we go to step 3. How do you know if it's a good deal? Now, for me, what I have been doing, once I know the area and once I specify the property that I'm looking for, you have to start searching that area, the neighborhood. You have to start learning. You could call a couple of contractors and ask them, hey, how much does it cost to remodel a house in this neighborhood? How much does it cost to do certain things that you already know what you're gonna be doing to the house because you already have your ideal target, you already have your ideal property. So that scope of work is gonna be consistent. In my scope of work is basically always the same. I go in, I do a full gut, I reconfigure the house, and I build everything brand new. So I already know my cost per square feet. What you guys have to do is you have to figure out the cost per square feet in that neighborhood that you're looking for, so that like that you already have a number in mind. In addition to that, you wanna also be watching what's selling, what's popping, what's coming in the market, how much people are asking for the houses, because now that's gonna give you a number on how much you're gonna be able to sell the house. Maybe that in neighborhood that was trading for $1 million now is maybe trading for 1.2. So now you may have to buy a house, instead of buying a house for $700,000, you're gonna have to buy a house for $800,000. And that's okay, as long as you know the numbers in the neighborhood. Remember, one thing about numbers, they never lie. It's simple math. You add, subtract, and whatever is left, that's your profit. All right, guys, so now that you understand my strategy on how to find deals, let me explain to you about this deal. How I'm gonna turn this $740,000 deal into $1.3 million. So the way that this deal came to my lap is I was literally laying in bed. I remember laying in bed, watching TV, and my Cello app sent me a reminder. Blink, blink. A deal just came in. I opened my phone, I looked at the deal. That same night, I texted the realtor, hey, I am a cash buyer. I know the area. I need to work. I don't have a realtor. I need to get this deal. I need to go see the deal ASAP. Can I see you tomorrow morning? He texted me back the same night. Sure enough, I went, I met him the next morning. I worked the deal with him. Everything, I had all the numbers, all the bells and whistles. We made an offer, and boom, I got the deal on the contract. Within 2 days, I hit the market. Now, why did I get the deal on the contract? Now, this is the biggest secret here, and is I don't waste people's time, because I know how valuable my time is. So when I go to get a deal, when I go and talk to somebody, I go straight to the point. Hey, this is what I do. I'm very experienced. I don't care about the house. I'm gonna do a full gut remodel. I don't care about the conditions. I have the cash to buy the property. Let's work together. What's it gonna take? So I go straight for the kill. We're in a different market right now. We're not in the market back then that, oh, you walk into the house, well, I don't like the house, and this has, no, you're not in the market anymore. The market has changed. So if you really wanna get a deal, you have to go in, and you have to go strong, you have to go straight to the point, and most important, you have to deliver and be able to close. Can't stop, won't stop, let's go.